Anyway, guys, welcome back to another time of possession. I am Jared, and my other hosts, Ryan Jones and Tyler Van Dyke. Yep, we're back. We're back. Hopefully, no technical
Wait, did he just
difficulties.
start it?
Yeah, I
Did you
did.
start right now?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I took the
like
reins,
what?
guys. I took the reins.
Oh,
This is my show
wow.
now. The show of me and my Mariners, the best
Ryan
team
is
in
no longer the
baseball.
host.
This
I
is
like to think of it, I
we're
like to
doing
think of it as like a three-way thing,
a three
There's
way.
no one host. We're all the
I
hosts.
agree. I agree. Yeah,
I mean, I agree as
I could
well.
start it sometime if you want.
All right.
Uh,
Well, if you want to properly start us off, Ryan, you can go ahead.
oh no, 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 no. Well, as always, I just wanna um I just want to first ask y'all, how was your week? What was your highest point of the week? How we feeling? How we doing? All that good stuff. So take it away. While I
Well,
get something.
I have nothing to write home about for this week, so unfortunately, I got nothing.
Hey, you grinding through that 6 day work
Oh my
week?
god, I wanted to die. Like I was
How'd
cooked.
those 2 off days feel?
Dude, that first day did nothing but watch baseball. It just sat in my room, did nothing but watch baseball. I was on my bed with my cat, and
Nice.
God, man, it was. Ugh. And then the next day, I actually kind of got some work done with you know, gaming and whatnot. But then it was like, well, gotta go back for another 4 days, which I just got done today. I got tomorrow off, so.
So essentially, you look like the Chicago Bears meme right here.
After the 6 days, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Accurate.
Tyler, what about you, bud? How's
Um, first week of no job, being unemployed. Interesting. Got some stuff done. I was able to do more errands, I think, so that was like cool. Had some more free time to like get stuff done. Do stuff around the house. We have like an ant infestation going on that we're trying to figure out.
oh boy?
Um, yeah, but things are moving in the right direction for the future, so feeling good.
It's all that matters.
Yep.
You take a day at a time. Plan for success, man. That's all you got to do. On my end, I'm very happy to announce that let's see, in less than 24 hours, I will be back to the motherland of California, the great state of California. No matter how much people try to talk crap about our state, I love home. And yeah, so I'm excited to be back in the valley for about a week and a half, and got a fantasy football. I got a fantasy football draft coming up on Saturday. Very excited to be with my buds back home doing our annual year 5 of our league.
Is this the one you
You know,
the is this the $500 league?
Yeah.
yes, this is
Oh
the big
my
money league
god.
at least.
Wait, so how many people play in
There's
that league?
well, actually, it's more than $500 now because there's 12 of us. So 12 times 50, what is that?
That's like
600 now.
I can do the
Yeah,
math for you
add
real
two. Yeah,
quick. I'll do the math for you real quick.
It's 600. I know it's 600. It's
People are
600.
getting steep with the buy-ins now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in a group
Well, I
where
mean,
they're like, "Oh, it's 100." I'm like,
Like
"Damn,
no.
bro."
I'll do a $20
well,
buy-in, but nothing more. Money is
listen, we discussed moving the thing up to $100, but
It's a lot,
um,
man.
exactly in this economy, I'm like, you know what? Let's wait a couple years down the line. Maybe year 7 or 8 of this league, we can move the buy-in up to $100. By that time, inflation, $100 will be like $10 nowadays. So, um, but yeah. Anyways,
Shoot, I'll have to
ladies and
travel
gentlemen,
down or something.
yeah,
Dang.
yeah, yeah. uh, ladies and ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell by the team on our screen and the team that is on my body currently, we are going to be doing the NFC North tonight. Very very excited for this division. One of the tougher divisions, in my opinion, to predict as far as the season long projections go, because there's so much unknown about this division. And we're going to start with one of the biggest unknowns in the NFL, the Chicago Bears, right? Um, Boys, I'm not gonna lie. Expectations last year for the Bears were pretty high, considering they had Matt Eberflus as a coach, right? And we all knew he wasn't a good head coach, but we thought, we're bringing in a USC Heisman Trophy winner quarterback in Caleb Williams, and it should all be fixed. That did not happen, as you could tell by the record there. But before we get into that, Jared, care to explain what you got going on here? I know I already referenced the one, but you wanna take us through the memes of last year for the Chicago Bears?
Well, who wouldn't want to get their tush pushed by the homies backing you up and protecting you up front?
Amen, brother. Amen.
Getting swarmed and smushed by other men, trying to gain yardage. That's just how football is, man. You gotta
perfect.
And then the SpongeBob one is, this doesn't even apply to Justin Fields. This goes all the way back to Mitch Trubisky and everything too. Like
every Bears quarterback in history, huh?
Yeah, except Caleb Williams. But because Caleb Williams is apparently like can do no wrong, is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like the Bears have to do everything to put something around him. But unfortunately, I'm not a Caleb Williams believer as most are. I need to actually see him do it at the NFL level. Obviously, in SC, we never saw him even reach the college football playoff. So I need to see a little something. And yeah, you beat the Packers in the final week. Congrats. You beat your, OG abuser. Congrats.
Yeah.
They got to be better on the road. That's disgusting.
That is awful. I remember Tyler and I did a I think you were busy, Ryan, and we were looking at the Bears remaining schedule, and this was during their long losing streak, and we're like, there's still a chance they can make the playoffs, and then we looked at it and Tyler was like, "Oh, they're done. It's over. It's over."
Done. Screwed.
I think I watched that episode, yeah.
It was funny. Tyler just probably said, "It's over. Let's just not even talk about it."
Yeah, no, legit. I was like, let's move on. They ain't got no shot.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And as, Justin Fields, mainly, you're a little kind of frustrated because it's they didn't really, you had DJ Moore for, 1 year, which is, all right, but, they didn't, go out, completely overhaul the offensive line like they did. And they didn't, obviously, the defense in Chicago has been somewhat okay, with and after Khalil Mack, but it's now they're trying to go, all in, be competitive, and it's really? Of course, Fields is on the Jets now, but...
Yeah, and by the way, Fields did look pretty good in that one. I don't know if you guys saw his one, preseason drive.
He did his one drive. Mm-hmm.
He looked good. Finished off with a nice touchdown run. He's taking the stuff underneath. And I would really like for Fields to, have kind of the bounce back that we see a lot of quarterbacks have nowadays.
We saw it in Pittsburgh last year. It could definitely happen.
Yeah, for sure. Have a Baker Mayfield type resurgence. Sam Darnold, Geno Smith. These quarterbacks that have been cast off, and now. Maybe we see that with Justin Fields. He definitely has the talent. He has the athletic ability. It's just a matter of putting it all together. And hopefully with Aaron Glenn and the Jets.
Got Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, he does have probably a better receiver than he ever had with Chicago. So there's that. But yeah, let's get into this Bears recap. They were 5-12. It was not a pretty season. Pretty rookie year for Caleb Williams. Although if you do look at the numbers and everything, I think he had touchdowns, 6 interceptions, it was solid.
He didn't turn the ball over that much. That's one thing I took away, because at USC, that is what hurt him the most, for sure. There would be games where he had 3-4 interceptions, yeah.
This is the one time
that's where their expectations just fell.
Well, this is where I can kind of, I guess, cut him some slack, but not really. Is that USC's defense was not good, so their games were always high scoring, and he was having to pass the ball a lot, which
that's
runs
fair.
up the chance of him getting intercepted.
Just throwing it,
yeah. So when they know you're going to throw the ball, it's kind of easy to predict where you're going to go with it.
Well, that's exactly some problems that Caleb Williams had translating into the NFL. A lot of the times The low interception numbers are good. Obviously, you don't want to turn the ball over, but the sack numbers were insurmountable. He just would not get rid of
His
the ball.
decision making, yeah.
And he kept trying to do the same thing he did at USC. A lot of hero ball. In USC, like you guys said, he was always in shootouts, and when that comes, he knows the only way that they're going to win is if they keep up with the other team and they have the ball last, and he's the hero. So a lot of those bad habits translated to the NFL. And that's where you get the 5-12 record. Obviously, last in the division. They were okay at home, but abysmal on the road. And obviously, when you're last place in your division and only winning 5 games, you're going to miss the playoffs. Now, what really stuck out to me were these numbers. And obviously, we'll talk about it. But 25th in passing, at least EPA wise. Again, I'll mention for the people that are new here, as I do every episode, we use EPA to determine their ranks, which is essentially on a per play basis, how effective are you and your team at doing X, Y, and Z? Passing the ball, running the ball, stopping the run, defending the pass.
Scoring.
The only and scoring, obviously, total points is something that I actually thought is like it's a simple stat that I think really shows where they rank in the NFL, right? So
Yeah.
25th in passing is not great. They could not run the ball really either. 21st in that. DeAndre Swift, I've been on this for years. He's just not that good. And neither was the offensive line last year, which is probably another big part of it's a combination of him taking a lot of sacks, holding on to the ball too long, but also there being a bad offensive line. So that's just a recipe for disaster. And you're not going to be anywhere close to making the playoffs when you're 28th in scoring the football. Defensively, though, is where they're a little better. The 12th ranked passing defense, which is a positive. But they could not defend the run for anything. This vaunted Bears defense kind of went backwards last season. And we'll get into it soon. They did lose a lot defensively, and that's kind of my biggest question for this team coming in. I actually believe the offense will be better. I'm more worried about the defense now. 24th against the run, not great, but 13 points or 13th in points allowed is pretty good. So here is the complete overhaul of the coaching staff, which
Now they got Ben. That's right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
This shows a lot of promise for me. Ryan Poles in his 4th year as general manager, he's been hit or miss. Some signings and draft picks have really worked out for them. Some have not, right? But he brings in Ben Johnson, who seems to be running the show now. And everything I've seen from Ben Johnson so far, at least through training camp, he's doing a Dan Campbell. This is going to be about culture. Obviously, I'm the brilliant offensive mind that I don't really think Dan Campbell is, and we'll get to him soon. But I'm going to establish a culture here. I'm going to break down the quarterback. I'm going to break Caleb Williams down, and I'm going to build him back up. Kind of similar to what they did with Jared Goff. You guys remember that first year with Jared Goff was not pretty. I think they won 1 game that year.
Yeah.
I was like, we won the
I
trade.
think it might have been 2 games because I think they beat the Vikings and then beat the
I
Cardinals.
just remember that they were like 0-10
Yeah.
or something, and then
Yep.
they finally got that first win. And I mean, they were super emotional, acting like they won the Super Bowl. Lo and behold, next year comes around, they make the playoffs, right? They're a very competitive team, and since then it's been history for the Lions. So bringing over the guy that kind of constructed one of the best offenses that we've seen, at least regular season wise, in NFL history, with all that talent, it's a great signing for a coaching staff. We will see if he pans out as a head coach or if he's one of those guys that, can anybody succeed in Chicago kind of thing,
The trick plays, man. Ooh.
They're crazy. Yeah, they're crazy. They're fun.
The trick plays he has with the linemen, crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, we'll get to the
See if
starting
they
line.
have that. Yeah.
I really like what they have on the interior of the offensive line. We'll get to that. The tackles are more of a question mark, but Declan Doyle comes over from Denver. He is the tight ends coach, or was the tight end coach. He is now running the offense for Ben Johnson. I know Ben Johnson will also call plays. It's going to be interesting to see what their dynamic is, and we'll watch that as the season unfolds. Is Ben Johnson going to be more of the CEO type, or is Declan Doyle going to be, Ben Johnson's protege type thing, But obviously, with first-time head coaching staffs, I think it's great that they brought in Dennis Allen, who, let's face it, he's not a good head coach, but defensively, he is a great defensive coordinator. He was for years under Sean Payton in New Orleans, and he
Yep.
was not good as the Raiders head coach. He was not good as the Saints head coach after Sean Payton left. But as a defensive coordinator, this guy is one of the best in the game. So I will give him that credit. And then Richard Hightower, special teams coordinator in his 4th season. And we're going to get on to the notable losses. There's a lot of them. And obviously, they did spend a lot of money in free agency, making trades as well, as you could see. Let's go over the losses now. Darrington Evans, running back, heads to Buffalo. Keenan Allen recently signed back with the LA Chargers. So shout out. I know you're happy about that one. Potentially get a wide receiver 2 or 3. I don't know where he's at this point in his career. We'll get to the Chargers.
I wouldn't
In the
put Q
breakdowns of the
above
weeks
him.
to
I don't know.
He's 2 at best.
Yeah.
He's 2 at
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Well, we know Ladd's the one. DeAndre Carter goes to Cleveland. Colin Johnson, another receiver, goes to Vegas. The receiving room did lose a lot, but they did supplement it, as you can see on the left-hand side, with Devin Duvernay and Olamide Zaccheaus coming over from Washington. Tight end room, Gerald Everett, Mercedes Lewis are gone, but they did bring in Durham Smythe out of Miami. They also drafted a guy. We'll get to that soon. Offensive line, it was a complete overhaul. Larry Bourne's gone. Jake Curran's gone. Tevin Jenkins, former first-round pick, is gone. Matt Pryor is gone. And then Coleman Shelton goes over to the Rams. Could potentially be in play for the starting center job.
I think he is, as far as I've heard. Yeah.
We'll get to them. I believe we're going to do the NFC West next week, Tyler, so you don't want to miss that one. Edge. On the edge, they did lose Darrell Taylor, Jacob Martin, and DeMarcus Walker. And then on the interior, Byron Cowart is gone. To supplement these guys. On the offensive line, they traded for Jonah Jackson. They also traded for Joe Thuney, giving them big deals after they traded him. And then Drew Dahlman signs a big money deal coming over from Atlanta to be the starting center. So if there's one thing Ben Johnson knows, you got to build that offensive line. He did very good, I think, in the offseason with the interior. Now the only real question is the tackle spots, and we'll get to them in the depth chart. Edge rusher-wise, they did go out and give big money to Dayu Odeyingbo. I think I nailed that one, boys.
That was good.
Coming over from Indianapolis off of his rookie deal, I think. And then Grady Jarrett, the longtime veteran in Atlanta, has finally moved on. He is in... What, dude? Are you looking at...
Yeah, the next one.
That's easy. I got this. Tona...
No, it's Tano. It's Tano or Tana Capassignon or
Compassignon.
Fasagnon.
Dude.
Let's be real about this. Look at the money he got. I don't think he'll be a big contributor this year.
I know. I just wanted to see how I could say it. Good.
All right, let's get on to the draft class, and then we'll talk about this roster as a whole. Let's see what video we are.
Oh, they got Colston. That's right. I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah,
now I
Colston.
know what other meme I should have done for the Bears. God.
It's like we're talking Kyler Murray this week on the video.
Hey, Luther Burden was really good too.
Damn you, Chicago.
Yeah, so
damn you.
Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, and then on the offensive line they go Ozzie Trapillo out of Boston College. Shamar Turner, defensive end out of Texas A&M. 3 second-round picks is awesome. You know, that's kind of leftover stuff, I think, from the Bryce Young trade that the Panthers made years ago. So there's that. Last year, obviously, going out and getting Caleb Williams. They want to see a big leap this year from Roma Dunze, who only had just over 700 yards, only 3 touchdowns on the year. You're hoping for a big leap. He is going to be the wide receiver 1 in this room. Let's go to the depth chart via our lads.
Wait, I was gonna say, why
you
would
get
he
it?
be wide receiver 1?
Burns, wide receiver
What's
1.
up?
Thought Moore would be
DJ
wide receiver
Moore.
Oh, I meant Roma Dunze, to be honest with you. I meant Roma Dunze is going to be the wide receiver 1.
No, yeah, you said that, but no, what?
Well, I'm just assuming as the young... Look, DJ Moore's kind of old, man. I think as the young guy, year 2, this is when you're supposed to pop and be the guy. So I'm assuming that Rome, I mean, as the season goes on, should be the number one. But obviously, you guys could see right here, DJ Moore is still here. And then they were
Zacchaeus
going to
was a good
rely
pickup
on
too.
Zacchaeus in the slot.
Yeah.
Eventually, I think if Luther Burden, comes on, I know that there was a report that Ben Johnson kicked him out of practice one day because he didn't know the plays, which
Damn.
is, I mean, hey man, you got to do what you got to do as a coach. I like that kind of coaching. So if he is a real player, eventually I think Burden takes over that slot role from Zacchaeus if he can pop as a rookie. And then if Luther Burden kind of comes on, you get a big year from Roman Dunze and DJ Moore. I mean, that's a pretty damn good receiver.
I mean, I'm just gonna
The
say,
offensive line, obviously,
I
we
want to
talked
say
about.
this.
We talked about.
You say DJ Moore's getting old. He's only like 28.
Yeah, he's not that old.
That's old for a receiver.
But you acted like he's 32.
I mean, he's old, man. I mean, like for a receiver, that's when they start to slow down, man. Like they just receiver life is like when you hit like 30, you're just like you kind of plateau and you're done. I mean, like I don't know. He's getting up there in age, man, and it's not like he's some like elite receiver. Like he's not that.
Sure.
I don't think so. On the offensive line, we talked about the three new additions here, and Dalman and Jonah Jackson. The tackles, Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright, draft picks that they are hoping pan out, and kind of solidifies this offense. A lot of two tight end sets. I think you're going to see this with Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet. And then obviously the big one's Caleb Williams.
Wow.
Look, Caleb Williams has all the tools to work with here. The only real weakness I see is the running back room. And then you're hoping, I guess, you have a rookie here in Kyle Monagoy. I mean, help me out, Tyler. I mean,
One guy, I think.
Either way, you have a rookie in him, so you're kind of hoping to draft a rookie back, and that guy eventually takes over the backfield. Roshan Johnson's like fine. I'm not a big fan of DeAndre Swift, but
He went off here and there, Roshan.
I think with the scheme they run, if they're bringing that over from Detroit, David Montgomery had a lot of success.
Yeah,
There's
it's kind
that.
of the Roshan rule, yeah.
Defensively is where you're like, man, I don't know if these guys can kind of replicate. The front seven, I think, is fine. Montez Sweat, Gervin Dexter, Grady Jarrett, Dayu, what's his name coming over from the Indianapolis. Then you have a couple dudes. Kind of filling up the gaps. Obviously, Tremaine Edwards is going to be your guy coming to Brooklyn. Yeah. TJ Edwards, Tyreek Stevenson. The secondary is where I'm like, I don't know.
Jalen Johnson, Fresno.
Jalen Johnson is great when he's healthy. I don't know what his timetable to return from his current injury is. I don't know if one of you guys could, Jared, if you could look that up for me, what the rumors on Jalen Johnson are. Because if we're being honest, I don't know if he's going to be ready to start the season. And if he's not out there, you have Kevin Byard, who's Jaquan Brisker, Kyle Gordon. Like, it's just kind of okay in the second. So my biggest thing is the defense in the secondary. I just think that they might take a step back. So.
Other than when they reported in like late July when he's he's expected to miss several weeks. Obviously, since July 2nd or 22nd when they were reported that, it's been about 3 weeks. So,
okay,
I don't know how much more, but ESPN has no other updates on it.
Okay, well then, just expect to get Jalen Johnson back maybe 4 weeks into the season, I guess, maybe.
I would say
the other thing maybe holding the Bears back is this schedule. It is the 26th hardest schedule in the league.
That would happen. Damn.
Obviously, I think it is inflated a little bit because they're going to be playing Minnesota twice, who won 14 games, but obviously we'll get to them. They are a complete unknown. So regular season wise, you have Minnesota and Detroit to open. Dallas, complete unknown. The Raiders, complete unknown. with Geno and Pete Carroll. Then you're going on the road on Monday Night Football. Caleb versus Jaden Daniels, round 2. As obviously last year, that Hail Mary is what how that game ended.
It's what
With the
doomed
Bears
their
defender
season.
with his back turned. Yeah, essentially the end of their season, mid-season. You do have a couple gimmies, though. Like, you have New Orleans, skip a couple weeks, Baltimore, Cincinnati. That's a tough stretch right there. But then you got the Giants, who I don't think will be very good. But again, they defensive line
Yeah, I was about to
that we
say.
talked about earlier in our offseason stuff. Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia on Prime. Then Green Bay, 1 o'clock window, maybe the Fox game of the week, who knows? Cleveland, where you might at that point see Shador versus Caleb. Speaking of Shador, pretty good preseason game.
Yeah.
Green Bay, San Francisco, and Detroit to end your season, not ideal. So, not the easiest schedule in the world. The odds have them currently at 8.5 wins, 4th in the division, 9th to win the conference, and tied for 14th to win the Super Bowl. Boys, what are we feeling here for the win total? Over, under 8.5 wins.
Damn.
I feel like 8 wins is like their
Yeah.
is like a good spot
That
for them.
seems.
It would
like
be
a
an
good spot
improvement.
for sure.
It would be a massive improvement to be around
Yeah,
it
500.
would.
But I also don't want to just. I mean, 9-8 also feels believable.
They made some
too.
good additions. Like they have made some good moves and everything. I don't know.
Until they can be consistent enough, I'm gonna have to take under. But
Yeah, me
at like 8 wins, not far below the line. I need to see them like actually go out there. I don't want to be like those analysts out there calling my shot. I'm gonna be different and say the Bears are gonna be very, very good. No, I need to see.
You want me to type in under for you, Jared?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the under as well, guys. I do think that to 9-8, but I don't think this is a playoff team this year. 1 year. I want to see 1 year in the Ben Johnson system, and then by next year the Bears can, really, start to contend for the NFC North. But they're in a very tough division here. Moving on to the Green Bay Packers. Jared, you care to explain your beef with Packer fans?
I mean, well, I don't necessarily, I don't communicate with a lot of fan bases on Twitter. I tend to just be an observer, But from what I've seen is like, if Jordan Love is not like a top 5 or maybe even 7 QB, it's riots in the streets. I mean, he's good, don't get me wrong. But like, he's not Allen, Burrow, Lamar. He ain't any of them. I mean, yeah, he won one playoff game against the Cowboys.
Mahomes.
Well, that's the bare minimum as a Packers QB. You beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. Okay, but now it's can you beat San Francisco? And that's still waiting to be seen. In Packers lore, you're supposed to beat the Cowboys. It's just can you get past the Niners? They didn't get to face the Niners. They got to face the eventual Super Bowl champions in a very ugly game, but
it was terrible.
You guys see that video of the analyst the other day that said that Jordan Love was like a top 3 or top 5?
I think it was
And Stephen A. and like everybody was like,
he was like, I think he rated him as
you
the
gotta be kidding me.
best QB in the NFC, and I was like, no, he's not. I'm sorry.
Nope.
No, that title belongs to
Baker
a
Mayfield.
certain
Mr.
quarterback.
Lamar Jackson.
Baker. We're talking about
Well,
the
in
NFC.
the NFC, no.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it belongs to.
Oh, in the NFC,
Yeah.
probably Baker.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Jaden or Stafford, but yeah.
Oh,
I don't want to
You
crown.
take Baker
I
over
need,
him too.
I need to see if Jaden can do it again. Not that I'm not a Jaden believer. I just
true.
like it's
Jaden
one
is
season.
right there. Yeah.
It's like one season. If he can get back to the title game, like the championship game, or at least put up the same numbers, okay, you got my vote. But
like, you're not wrong because we did the same thing with CJ Stroud 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
All right, so And then I do love the Brett Favre telling Jordan Love to throw.
Yeah.
It was great.
The
He's
Green
like the
Goblin
evil
mask. Shout out, ladies and gentlemen. Spider-Man, brand new day has started filming next July. Oh,
Peak. The suit's so good, man.
I know.
Yeah. But then on the other side, you know, you kind of have like Aaron suit, right? I mean, like, just don't pull your punches. I don't know. All right, getting into the 24 season recap. These guys were 11-6. We did get 3 playoff teams out of the NFC North last year. Will that happen again? I don't know. We'll talk about it once we get to our predictions. But 11-6 on the year. They were third in the division, 6-3 on at home, 5-3 on the road. They did lose in round 1 to the eventual the very 10. Their season just started very slow. Obviously, week 1, you see Jordan Love get knocked out against the very same team that they did lose to in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
that was
there's
the
that.
Brazil game.
Yep.
Yes, the Brazil game. Now, this is what, Jared, before Tyler got on the... Just wait till we see these Packers rankings.
Wow.
Despite the slow start, on a week in and week out basis, this was one of the most consistent teams in the NFL.
Just
Sixth
balance
in
too. I
passing.
think that's the most balance I've seen, like overall, both
Very,
sides.
yeah, it's very satisfying, if I might say so myself, as someone with self-diagnosed OCD. Sixth in passing, 8th in rushing with Josh Jacobs, obviously. Points scored, 8th. Passing defense, they were 6th, despite the fall off from Jari Alexander. Against the run, also very good. This front seven's very good, and we'll get to it soon. 8th, and they were 6th in points allowed. So I think if you get a little more consistent Jordan Love, maybe you'll see a big jump in the win total here. It's only at 11.
You know,
11.
I will say with Love, when he came back from injury, he was like, both halves, he was a different quarterback. Like, first half, he'd stink it up, throw like an interception or two, and then the next half, he's throwing for like 3 touchdowns and like 200 plus yards that half.
He was definitely more of a second half, yeah. For sure.
And
yeah,
and don't let those numbers, don't be confused by that. Malik Willis also started some of those games where he probably just revitalized himself.
True.
It was probably just Tennessee, guys.
yeah, we'll see. I don't even know where Malik Willis is. I don't know if he's still on this roster or what.
I can look.
I think he's still a backup.
Gutekunst is the GM. Packers fans are kind of indifferent on him. They don't really like him. Every offseason, I hear Packers fans complaining on the social medias about Gutekunst and how he doesn't do enough. The problem is no one wants to play in Green Bay, and we'll get to that very soon with the free agent additions and losses. Matt LaFleur, one of the best head coaches in the National Football League. What's up?
He is the backup. He's listed as the second string QB to Jordan Love.
He's still here.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out. Matt LaFleur, 7th season, one of the best head coaches in the league, in my opinion. Adam Steinovich in his 4th year as the OC. Jeff Hafley commanding that defense in his 2nd year. And then these guys probably have the best special teams coordinator in the National Football League in former Raiders interim head coach Rich Bisaccia. They decided not to bring him back after – didn't he make the playoffs with these guys? Is that the year that Staley screwed the Chargers out of the playoffs? Yeah.
Wouldn't have been the first time Staley did that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But Bisaccia, I thought he was a shoo-in to get that job, but obviously that didn't happen. Now this is why I'm like,
damn.
I know, right? Look at the list, Jared. Jared, look at the list.
4?
Dude, there ain't no way.
That's
there
crazy.
ain't no way.
When they tell you it is hard. Listen, when they tell you it's hard to get people to play in Milwaukee, evidence Exhibit A right here. A.J. Dillon is gone. He went to the Eagles to be like the 3rd string running back.
Oh my God.
Andre Dillard, former Eagle turned Packer, goes to San Francisco. Josh Myers went to the Jets to be their center. T.J. Slayton is in Cincinnati. Eric Wilson, Jari Alexander, kind of the big pickup for Baltimore this season. Can he revitalize his career? I don't know. I thought they got a really good replacement in Nate. Kind of the lone good thing besides Max Crosby on that Raiders year. Eric Stokes goes to Vegas as well to kind of flip flop those guys, and then Corey Ballantyne goes to Indianapolis. So we got a reworking in the second. But other than that, a lot of replaceable guys. I mean, Mecole, Kansas City, very low deal, and he's in a packed receiving room. I don't know if he makes it through the season or even makes the team, if I'm being real with you guys, because when you see this receiving room, there's a lot of names here.
They got Matthew
Aaron,
Golden now too.
yes, and that is a big addition in my opinion. Aaron Banks coming over from San Francisco, big payday here, 4 years, $77 million. This offensive line should be even better this year, which is kind of crazy to say. Isaiah Simmons, former Clemson linebacker, safety, hybrid kind of guy coming. Can this be the defense that finally figures out how to use it? But either way, I like the shot on a guy with some upside. And the Nate Hobbs, we talked about him. Going to the draft picks, which is where the Packers make their money because no one wants to play there. So, got to draft guys. Last year, a really big draft for them. Obviously, getting Jordan Morgan, Eldrin Cooper, Javon Bullard, Marshawn Lloyd.
Too.
Yeah, a lot of dudes that they are drafting year in and year out. Matthew Golden should be awesome for them. You guys know the rules with rookie receivers. At least for fantasy football, draft them because a lot of times they pop in year one and have great seasons. See Jamar Chase, see Justin Jefferson, et cetera. Matthew Belvin from North Carolina State. Savion Williams, another receiver that they added. Just a lot of injuries in that receiver room, and they are supplementing it in the draft, really. Here's the depth chart. I challenge you guys to find a weakness for this team. Let's let it breathe for a sec. Get the ads out of the way.
It's weird how it creates a whole row just for like that one guy on the tight ends. It's funny.
I don't know. I think it just means that they're running a lot of one tight end sets.
Maybe, yeah.
Either way, yeah. The receiver room, Romeo Doubs, Matthew Golden expected to be the starting Y receiver. And then in the slot, you have Jaden Reed, fantasy hero for a couple weeks last year. He was awesome. Secondaries, Savion Williams, a rookie. Christian Watson is hurt, but again, we've seen him do some good things. And then Dontavian Wicks, a guy that they're hoping pans out, right? Just a kind of a loaded receiver room here. Offensive line is going to be really good too. Rasheed Walker, Banks coming over. Elton Jenkins continues to be the center here. He's awesome. And then Sean Ryan, Zach Tom got a big payday this offseason. In the tight end room, you have Tucker Kraft, Musgrave. Solid tight ends. They're not going to like anything crazy, but they're solid. Jordan Love, we talked about Malik Willis already. If something were to happen to Jordan Love, I'm not going to say they'll be fine, but they should get like competent quarterback play out of Malik Willis. And then in the running back room, Josh Jacobs is a freaking monster. And if he stays healthy, I expect these guys to be in the top 10 rushing again. He's just really freaking good. As you know, we know Jared from the AFC West. The only thing you feared with the Raiders for years was that man, number 8, at least on the Packers. I don't know what number he was on the Raiders, but
I think he was
number 8 running the football.
I think
he was 8.
Yeah. You just feared number 8 running the football, man, because he very comparable, a little shiftier, but like kind of like a Marshall. He gets stuffed, and then he just breaks a huge run, you know, and he's just awesome, man. I can't say enough about Josh Jacobs.
Workhorse, yeah.
The defense is really freaking good, man. Rashawn Gary is awesome. Kenny Clark is one of the game. Devontae Wyatt's pretty solid as well. Lucas Van Ness, solid pass rusher. Quay Walker. You know, if Packer fans, you know, have one bad thing to say about them, it's probably Quay Walker. Like he's solid. Edrin Cooper, also solid. Keyshawn Nixon, okay. The secondary is pretty damn good, despite losing
E-Dub.
Jarrett Alexander. Yeah, Xavier McKinney, Evan Williams, Nate Hobbs, and Javon Bullard. And obviously, Brandon McManus is the kicker here, one of the better kickers. Shout out, Brandon McManus. Boys, the roster is pretty damn good. This is the 23rd hardest schedule in the National Football League. As they open with Detroit on CBS, Week 1.
They got Detroit and Washington. Dang.
Yeah, I think the first couple weeks we're really going to see if this team is going to be, competing. I mean, I think they should be in contention to win the division, along with Detroit. The question is, you have to beat Detroit, right? Because they're kind of the big monster in the division right now. Washington, they go to Cleveland on the road. That's all defense, but we don't expect Cleveland to be very good. And then go to Dallas, who they always beat. They should beat them on a late night NBC. Is that Sunday Night Football? It is Sunday Night Football. So going to be great to see the Packers just destroy the Cowboys on prime time. Going to be awesome. Then an early bye week, I think, is the only thing where you're like, that kind of sucks. But then you go through the schedule: Cincinnati, Arizona, Pittsburgh, Carolina. You could stack up some wins here, depending on if Cincinnati is good or not. Philadelphia, New York, good defensive line, but you have a good offensive line. So, and then probably Jackson Dart maybe could be playing by then. Had a good preseason game as well. Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago, Denver, Chicago again, Baltimore, and Minnesota. Look, you could be winning 1, 2, 3 or 4 out of your last 5 games going into the post, depending on if you can beat Denver with the altitude or kind of upset Baltimore here. All right, so the odds currently have the Packers at 9.5. They're second to win the division, according to the odds. They are tied for 5th to win the NFC. And for the Super Bowl, they are tied for 8th. Boys, are we feeling an over or under on a 9.5 wins? And what do we expect from the Packers this season?
That schedule is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Every NFC North team is going to have a tough schedule, though. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just because they play each other,
I think I'll take the over.
The Bears schedule was worse.
I'll take them at 10 wins.
Yeah, I think 10 is, it's probably 10 and 11 is right around.
Yeah. Put us in for over.
Jared's going over. Tyler's going over. Look, I'm going to go over as well, boys. I just think that there's been weird talk on the sports talks, mainly Cowherd, who's kind of just who are their elite players type thing. For Packers fans, they expect, the defense is going to be really good with Rashawn Gary, and those guys, and Kenny Clark. Those are elite players, in my opinion. And then offensively, you hope that Jordan Love puts together a full season and jumps into that top 10 conversation for the quarterback. I think he's just on the outside, 11, 12, 13, whatever. Spoiler alert for my quarterback rankings that are coming soon. He's in that area. I think with the full season, he's going to jump into that top 10. So. All right, let's talk Minnesota. Jared, is it just Sam Darnold is like Seahawks?
That's all I could think of, bro. That's all I could think of.
Yeah. Well, it was a very interesting and kind of a wild ride for the Minnesota Vikings last season. Sam Darnold led the team to 14-3.
Then
the division coming down to that last
murdered by Jared Verse in the wild card game. My goat.
Yeah.
That was so fun to watch.
Yeah, obviously the season did not end how they wanted. Back Lions to essentially clinch the 1 seed, and then getting blasted by the Rams in that wild card round, 27-9. They did finish second though, and they were 8-1 at home in the Dome. Very good home field advantage in Minnesota, but on the road, 6-2 is no slouch either. Here are the numbers.
Wow.
The defense was very impressive last year.
Rush.
And there's a really, really, like, I don't know if you guys saw the poll, but The Athletic put out a poll where they ranked all the coaching staffs, and Minnesota was the number 1 coaching staff in the NFL. Because, I mean, no, don't look at me like that. I kind of agree with them. You have Kevin O'Connell, who's a great offensive coordinator and head coach, and Brian Flores probably should have a job in the National Football League as a head coach, but he's their defensive coordinator. So I just think that it's a really, really good coaching staff.
Yeah.
Hey, I love
Passing
me some
the football.
KOC, but
Passing the ball, they were 12th. Darnold led a pretty good passing attack with Justin Jefferson, obviously, and Jordan Addison. Running the football, though, they just could not figure it out. 26th in rushing, but they were still 9th in points, so they scored a lot. Defensively, 7th with the pass. Number 1 run defense is nothing to slouch against. I don't think that they will repeat the number 1 rushing defense, but, you know, top 5, top 10 is still very good, and I think expect them to be there. Points, they're 5th defensively in lowest allowed. The coaching staff, all returning. I practice this, and it's Quase Adolfo Mensa. Adolfo Mensa is easy. It's his first name, where I think it's Quasa, something like that. I practiced it, and I still got it wrong. Kevin O'Connell is the head coach, very good head coach. Wes Phillips, really good offensive coordinator. Shout out him. Former Bronco coordinator or coach at some point, sure. And then Brian Flores in his 3rd stint as defensive coordinator. I fully expect this to be his final year in Minnesota. I think he's just too good of a coach of a job, you know? So I think he's going to be a head coach next year, assuming the defense is right on track again. And then Matt Daniels in his 4th year as special teams coordinator. Here are all of the losses. Yes, it is 1 page worth of losses. A lot of turnover on the team. All the quarterbacks are gone. Darnold, Daniel Jones, Nick Mullins. Tyler's guy, Cam Akers, is in New Orleans now. Brandon Powell, Trent Sherfield went to Denver. Caught a really good touchdown pass, by the way, in the preseason, but, you know, yeah. And then Johnny Munt went to Jacksonville, so all the way, you know, kind of shuffling in and out, but you still have the big ones in Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. David Questenberry goes to the Cam Rock. Ed Ingram to Houston. Dan Feeney's a free agent. Dalton Reisner, former Bronco, still out there. Garrett Bradbury goes to New England. So we are reworking this entire offensive line, which is very. And then defensively, Patrick Jones goes to Carolina. Jihad Ward still. Jonathan Buller goes to New Orleans. Jerry Tillery, former Chargers legend Jerry Tillery, is now.
I did not know he was in Minnesota. I did
He
not know.
Well, he's on the Chiefs now.
Oh, boy.
He's on the Chiefs now.
I expect Najee Harris to one-eyed Najee Harris will run him over.
Yeah. Stephon Gilmore, Shaq Griffin is Shaquille Griffin's back to Seattle.
Okay.
Fabian Moreau, and then honestly, maybe the biggest loss is Cam Bynum going to Indy. A lot of losses here. And then here are all of the additions, at least in free agency. We'll talk about the draft class. But Jordan Mason could challenge Aaron Jones for the number 1. Just because their rushing attack was not good last season with Aaron Jones. Rondale Moore is also here, journeyman wide receiver at this point, coming over from Arizona. Offensive line-wise, Justin School, Rise, gave huge money to him from Indianapolis, as well as Ryan Kelly, the longtime center there. I'm pretty sure Ryan Kelly was the center for like Andrew Luck, like if I'm not mistaken. Like he's been there
Yeah,
for a long time,
that sounds about right, honestly.
and now he's back, or he's here in Minnesota. They gave big money to Jonathan Allen. Washington just kept drafting defensive line talent, so you had to let one guy go. Regardless, still a great player. He's here now, as well as Javon Hargrave coming over from San Francisco. So a good interior combo there between the two. Eric Wilson for Green Bay coming over, and then the secondary is, I mean, the guys they added, I'm just kind of like, Jeff Okudah, former Lions first round, like 4th overall pick or something like that. What a bust he ended up being. Isaiah Rodgers is the only one that got a multi-year, and then Tavir Thomas is
because he's from Philly.
yeah. No, exactly. The draft class now. Not a lot of draft picks this year or last year for that matter. Obviously, they spent a lot of money to go up in year, and that's kind of honestly, if you want to add JJ McCarthy as pick this year, essentially, you could. This is essentially his rookie season. And then they got Dallas Turner last year. They're hoping he pans out. Donovan Jackson, obviously, they lost a lot of offensive linemen. They go offensive line in the draft. Makes sense. I mean, just not a lot to talk about draft-wise. I'm not going to lie to you. The depth chart is where you're. So Justin Jefferson is arguably either the first or second best wide receiver in the NFL. You can have that argument about him or Jamar. Care. They're both amazing. Both probably going to be Hall of Famers one day. Jordan Addison is hurt right now, which is not great, but they also have Jalen Naylor.
Suspended, actually.
Suspended.
Oh, yeah, he's suspended. Yep, you're right.
First
for
3 games.
driving crazy, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe you see Rondale Moore step up, but it looks like he's already hurt as well. Or maybe the draft pick of Ty Felton, the rookie, steps in and does something. The offensive line, they obviously kind of redid the middle of that offensive line, but the tackles are still here in Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill. They did a good job of protecting Sam Darnold, and Darnold resurged as a quarterback in this league. TJ Hawkinson's one of the best tight ends in the NFL, as well as Josh Oliver as the other tight end. Solid duo. JJ McCarthy is the big thing, the big question, unknown. What is he going to do? I will say this. Sam Howell looked good in preseason, I guess, supposedly.
He did.
So if JJ doesn't work out, maybe Sam Howell can be the next quarterback that Kevin O'Connell gets a job for next year. Who knows? Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, Ty Chandler. It's an okay running back room. You just need to see more from Aaron Jones. He has to, have a better year, but he is, again, kind of an older running back, so I don't know. Defensively, you could see all the yellow. They added quite a few pieces. I think the defense is going to be really good. Allen. Harrison Phillips is the nose tackle. Javon Hargrave coming in here from San Francisco. Really good player. Jonathan Grenard, Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace, and, Andrew Van Ginkel. That's all really, really good. Dallas Turner, they're hoping, right here listed as a backup, kind of takes the next step and is good. They just hope he develops as a pick and he overtakes one of these guys. The secondary, Isaiah Rodgers, Josh Metellus. Harrison Smith is back. Signed another 1-year deal. Still here. But asking Jeff Okudah to start is insane to me. And then Byron Murphy is good, I think, right? I mean, I think Byron Murphy's good. So, yeah. Check out the schedule. Obviously, they open with Chicago. Then they got Atlanta, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. They're playing a lot of AFC North teams very early, those are always tough games. By week 6, then they host Philadelphia. They go to LA to play the Chargers. They go to Detroit to play the Lions. They play Baltimore, Chicago, Green Bay, Seattle. Damn, they don't really get a week off. Washington, Dallas, the Giants defensive line, Green Bay or Detroit and Green Bay to end their season. It's a tough schedule, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going through this and I'm like, where are the wins? Yeah. The odds are currently set at 9.5. They're third to win this division, 7th to make the Super Bowl, to make the Super Bowl, and then 11th, tied for 11th in odds to win the Super Bowl. A lot of teams tied for 11th. If you haven't caught
What was that number for the schedule?
9.5.
No, I meant
Is what
What
they're
was their
currently-
rank for their schedule?
The schedule's ranked like in terms of how hard it is.
Oh, I didn't write it down. I can pull it up for you.
No, you're good. I'm just wondering because that was like an insane schedule.
28th.
Oof.
Sheesh.
28th schedule. You write that in for the viewers at home. Oh, I can't fit it.
It's fine.
Nah, it's not fine. I gotta give the people what they want. 28th. There you go. All right. So 28th hardest schedule, 9.5 wins. Boys, I'm gonna keep it real. I think it's kind of a
Yeah, I'm
reset
going
year.
under, man. I think it's a reset year too with JJ for sure.
I just don't know what to expect. It's
a question mark year for them for
Maybe
sure.
he's awesome, but I just don't. I don't think you're winning 14 games.
They ran the ball a lot at Michigan. It's one thing I know.
Yeah. Yes, they did. Jared, what are you taking here?
Under as well. I typed it in.
No, you are. Oh, there you go. I didn't know you were on the dock. Okay. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the place I currently reside at, the Detroit Football Lions. And, well, this is not a good stat for your team, Jared, huh?
No, it's not. But I had to put it in for the laugh.
The useless stat of the day.
The last 23 seasons, the winner of the Hall of Fame game has failed to win a postseason game in the same season, going 0-8 in that time. Damn.
Well,
so I'm gonna be 0-3 with Justin Herbert in the playoffs, and you will see me on the next season of Suicide Watch. Anyway.
Wow.
Anyway, and then of course the next one.
This is a family-friendly show.
I'm all about family, but I never said I was friendly. Anyway.
Oh, Lord.
All right. What the next one is referencing the playoff loss, I'm assuming?
Yes. You know, it was really hyped going in. Like, okay, we're going to have Jaden Daniels and Jared Goff going at it. And then what we saw was a slaughter.
Boat raced.
Yeah, was not good.
Jared Goff threw like 2 picks in there. It was not great.
Yeah, I'm about to go fight. I'll post the video after.
I'll post the video after.
Never mind. My ass beat, bro. I'm not posting that. Okay. Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, the season recap. It was a very, very fun regular season for the 15-2, the best record in the NFL overall.
They beat down teams several times.
They just mollywopped everybody. 7-2 at home, a perfect road record is great, and they obviously earned the number 1 seed in the NFC, but they lost in the divisional round to the rising star quarterback Jaden Daniels by a score of 45-31. And let's be real here, the score is a lot better than what the game was. It was bad.
Mm-hmm. It was over really quick.
Yeah. Let's look at the rankings. Passing, they were second with Jared Goff, and then running the football, we knew they were going to be good with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, and they were the highest scoring offense in the NFL last year.
Not surprised.
Defensively, they were third against the pass and 17th against the run, only allowing the 7th most points, despite all of the injuries defensively, these rankings right here, boys, is why Aaron Glenn got a job right there. Here's the staff. Brad Holmes is the GM and Dan Campbell is the coach. They are in their 5th season with this organization, and they really have turned this organization around. The Lions to be one of the laughing stocks of the NFL, and now they're respected organizations. But when you are one of the best organizations, what tends to happen a lot, which as the resident Rams fan Tyler knows, your coordinators seem to get poached a lot. So John Morton, John Morton comes over from Denver. He is the passing game coordinator. Denver coaches getting OC jobs in this division, kind of crazy. But Denver passing game coordinator John Morton comes over. He's the new OC. And then Kelvin Shepard, he was with Detroit last season. He is the new DC. He coached linebackers last year. And then Dave Phipp has been here the whole time. He's not getting another job anytime soon. He's a special teams coordinator. The losses. The biggest losses to me, just to keep us on track for time, boys. I mean, not a lot of huge losses in my opinion. The big ones I want to focus on are these offensive linemen.
Ragnar.
Ragnar going to DC. Frank Ragnar, one of the best centers in the NFL, retired. You scroll down, John Kaminsky retired. Carlton Davis goes to the Patriots, and Efetu Melifanu goes to Miami. Kenneth Wilder also goes to Tampa. So a lot of losses in the secondary, kind of concerning. And then the interior of that offense is also concerning. They added really nobody of note other than DJ Reed coming over from the Jets, who's been a solid corner there for a long time under Robert Saleh, opposite side of Sauce Gardner. So, yeah. The draft class. Is Kyler Murray ready to be elite? Well, if you saw that pick in the preseason, your answer is God, what a fall from grace, Kyler Murray.
What a fall.
Defensively, they're hoping last year they drafted 2 DBs with their first 2 picks. They're hoping that these guys can kind of step up. Obviously, Terry and Arnold, then Ennis Rackstraw, need him to take a step up. He did not really play last year. He only had 8 games logged. In 2025, Tyleek Williams, I could not picture a better Detroit Lion. I mean, he's big guy in the middle, exactly what Dan Campbell wants. With their second pick, they go offensive line from Georgia. Again, such a Dan Campbell pick. Tate Ratledge there. They are drafting
with good in the preseason too.
Yep. All right, let this breathe for a sec. All right, so offensively, look, the only real big loss for this team offensively, we talked about the offensive line. We talked about the offensive line, but like Ben Johnson's the main. Yeah, Ben Johnson's the main, like, oh crap, now who's going to call the plays? Is he going to be good at calling plays? Who knows? We'll see as the season goes on. But the receiving core is still good. Tim Patrick, Broncos legend, by the way. Jameson Williams is expected to have finally supposed to have his breakout year. We'll see, And then Amon-Ra is probably the best, like, possession catch receiver in the NFL. Such a route technician, the perfect wide receiver for Jared Goff. And then you have a couple of rookies here: Isaac Tassal, Dominic Lovett,
Tesla,
who you're kind of hoping can step up and maybe overtake like Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick is getting up there in age, and he also has an injury history. So, knock on wood. I love Tim Patrick as a Broncos fan, but there's a reason he's not on the team anymore. Offensively, Taylor Decker's still here. Graham Glasnow is sliding over to play center now. So let's see if he can make the adjustment. Tate Rutledge is expected to start as a rookie as the spot. And then Penei Sewell is probably our, let's be real here, outside of Trent Williams, is there a better tackle in the National Football? Penei Sewell's freaking awesome. Well,
you put it into my head now, Ryan. I have to believe in Joe Alt like all the way now.
Well, we'll see. He's going to be good at left tackle. Good luck to whoever's on the right side.
Trey
The biggest question for oh boy,
we'll get to the Chargers when we get
the biggest question mark. Yeah, the biggest question mark for me is Christian Mahogany. Is he going to be good at left guard to fill? And then Tate Ratledge is a rookie. So your guards are kind of like the big question here. And if we know one thing about Jared, up the middle, he turns into a different player. We saw this with the Rams.
I think Ratledge will benefit the most considering he's going to be next to Sewell. So that's just something to...
He's in between Graham Glasnow and Penei Sewell. Yeah, like he should be good, but still, rookie,
like
right?
He should not be the one that's failing in that interior. That's all I will say. If he's been between those two.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, Mahogany's for sure the question mark.
Sam Laporta is an awesome tight end. We know this. Jared Goff has revitalized his career since becoming a Detroit Lion. And he was a good Ram too, in spurts and moments, and they were in a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Obviously didn't work out, but they were in a Super Bowl with him.
Jared Goff is undefeated against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Just a disclaimer. On both teams, he has beaten Patrick Mahomes.
Just for the record.
I was in No Surrender Laser Tag during that game.
This guy.
I don't remember where I was at for that game. I just remember watching it and being like, this is the greatest game ever.
It was insane, bro. Being there was absolutely electric. Like, sure so insane.
In the running back room, Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, is finally overtaken Montgomery. But we know that they're going to be a one. And Sonic and Knuckles, this is probably the best running back room. Like, they're just awesome. David Montgomery would start on, 20 other NFL. Defensively, if they avoid injury like last year,
especially
you expect them to be pretty good defensively. Yeah. Hutch is the big question, but if healthy, he will be an elite player, elite pass rusher for this team. He's honestly better at just stopping the run. So, that's a big thing for DJ Reader, the nose tackle. Alan McNeil is hurt, so Tyleek Williams slides right in, their first-round pick. I think it's going to work. And then Marcus Davenport, opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson. I was hoping they'd go out and get another pass rush instead of Aiden Hutchinson. That was kind of my, hope for them, and just have, another elite pass rusher by him. But, I get it. Alex Alonze, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes is the linebacking. Anzalone, yeah, my bad. You're right. And then the secondary, Terrion Arnold, Brian Branch, who's one of the best safeties in the league. Kirby Joseph is also pretty good. And then you add DJ Reed to this group next to Meek Robinson, who's the nickel. It's pretty good secondary. The only real question for me is health. These guys just have to stay healthy. And then shout out to Jake Bates. He's a really good kicker.
Mm-hmm.
30th ranked
This
schedule.
is the number that concerns me right here.
Damn, what did they have last year? There's no way they had that type of a schedule. It's crazy.
No, but again, you got to keep in mind, it is inflated a little bit because of Minnesota.
Yeah.
They did win 14 games. So you open with Green Bay on the road. Tough one. Always tough to go into Lambeau. But then you have the Bears, who you should win. But then you go to Baltimore. That's tough. Monday night, by the way.
Oh, boy.
And then on a short week, going to Cleveland against Myles Garrett. That's obviously always going to be tough. Back-to-back road games against high-powered Cincinnati, and then assuming Kansas City is back to being a good off Kansas City. And then a third one, Monday Night Football against my Bakerneers. It's not an easy schedule, boys. The bye week mid-season, right where you want it, maybe a little later, but still good bye week 8. Minnesota, Washington, Philadelphia, back-to-back road games. There is tough as well. Washington, Philadelphia, that's tough. Giants, Green Bay, and Dallas, 3 potential wins at home there. But then you go on the road against the Rams, assuming Stafford is healthy. That's going to be a tough game. Jared Goff, going back to LA. I don't know if he's done.
He's gone back to LA
to
face my team, but I don't think he's gone back as a Lion to face.
He has not played as
I think every time he's played the Rams,
well, this game might get
Detroit.
flexed.
in Detroit.
This game right now is on Fox. I'm assuming it'll be the Fox game of the week.
Has to be.
But could potentially be flexed.
Oh yeah.
Depending on what the matchup is there for the late night games.
I'll look right now.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is, who knows? TJ Watt's a great player, but I don't know. Minnesota and Chicago back-to-back weeks in your season. That's pretty good. So after that Rams game where Jared Goff could have 3 winnable games to close out the schedule.
All right, so
boys, the Lions.
So I got those late night games. The Sunday night that week is Vikings Cowboys, and then the Monday night game is Dolphins Steelers.
It's stupid. They're not going to flex the Cowboys out of prime time.
No. They should.
They won't do it.
But they won't.
Maybe the Monday night is all we got. So let's pray for the Monday night game. But again, I don't think they will move it. I don't think they'll move it.
The Thursday night would be the Thursday night would be Bucks Falcons, and I know you don't want Baker getting flexed out, Ryan. You don't want your boy getting flexed out.
Oh hell no! Baker and Bijan in prime time? Are you kidding me? That's incredible.
You mean Bijan? You mean
I'm taking Bijan. I'm taking Bijan in the first round again in fantasy. I'm doing it. This is going to be
stop. It's basically another Kyle Pitts, but he's a running back. Except they just don't know how to use him. They refuse to use him.
Dude, I'm telling you, Bijan with Michael Penix in the last 3 was incredible. He averaged like 24 points a game, dude. I'm just telling you. All right, boys. Are we feeling the over or under for the? I still think they're going to get to at least 11 wins.
They won't get 15.
If not 12 wins.
They won't get 15 again.
But they're not going to get 15. And no, I think this could be a case where they have a not as good of a record, but they're a better team because defensively they should be even better because of all the injuries, right? But again, the loss of 2 coordinators is kind of huge. So
potentially the best OC in the league. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go
yes,
over.
Yes.
Yeah, they definitely get over 10.5, but 15 is a very lofty chance, I think.
No, hell no. I didn't even go over the odds to win the division. They're first. To go to the Super Bowl and win the NFC, they are second, only behind the Eagles. And then to win the Super Bowl, they are 5th. I could probably do in my head who the 4
Eagles,
other ones are.
Ravens,
Eagles.
Chiefs, Bills.
There you go. Those are the 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. It's time. So, Jared, would you like to begin?
All right.
Tyler, you can go second, and then I will go after. Start thinking of funny names. And start thinking of your music choices. Because the JIT album dropped, and it's freaking immaculate.
I saw it drop, and I went, oh boy, we're going to get... He might just do the whole album for the week.
He called out Bob the Builder. It's crazy.
He did? No way.
There's like a whole meme going around the internet where he says that he was gonna in a literal bar. He's talking about like I don't not to get like political or anything. He's talking about like gentrification of certain areas. He's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he's talking about gentrification, and then he said, "Great, this is." All right. Anyways, go ahead, guys. Um, well,
Oh
Tyler's already
wait,
going.
Jared's supposed to go, huh? My bad.
No, it's
Oh
fine.
no, it's all good. Go. I mean, whoever. I mean, I just you do what you got to do and talk about it. You know, the Caleb Williams is that's great.
I'm trying to
Keep it
think
up.
how to. Is it? It's like
Nah,
that.
you need to do you need to do that and then honestly put another S just because it's wrong, but it makes it better. The Caleb Williams is.
For
I hate you for drafting.
draft Loveland.
Okay, that's okay.
You remember how pissed I
That's
was?
fair.
You remember how
He
pissed?
was
Yeah.
pissed. Yeah.
Jared, you're not getting a tight end, buddy. Yes, I know. I was like, I know. God damn it. That
You
was
can go the rest
also
if you
that was
want, Jared.
also on the
Or-
back of us still losing to the Cubs, Tyler. And then when Giddy hit the half court shot against the Lakers, so I had beef with Chicago that entire week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy. That all coincided.
I was like, I just looked at like the hockey and went like, Blackhawks, don't even think about it. Anyway, third, yeah, I'm just trying to think of a name I'm gonna do for my third place team right now. Like I know who I want. It's just.
Just call back to your memes. What does that? What does that mean?
I love me some
Kevin
KOC.
O'Connell.
Love me some
Oh,
KOC
okay.
though.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought you meant. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, when you
Dude,
said that,
I'd have to
that's what
go into a long.
Oh gosh.
Dude, no, we're
I
not
did not
moving
just
on.
read that the other way. Oh god, bro.
Kevin O'Connell,
Oh,
ladies and
Lord.
gentlemen, top 5 coach in the NFL. Kevin O'Connell. All right. What do I do for this one? Tyler, stop laughing! This is not a laughing matter.
Sorry.
This is serious.
It goes crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my lord. That was loud.
I know exactly I know exactly what order. I already know.
Yeah, I'm too predictable. God damn it.
No, you're fine. I mean, it's. I dropped my cap for no water.
I can't think of anything, so I just put green.
No one wants to play in Milwaukee.
Just green.
Green.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could
Yeah.
put that right there, yeah.
Oh, I guess he already put green, so Tyler, you could steal my idea.
Green. And then, of course, we got the Lions. I'm just trying to think of a name right now. Oh, I got
Ryan's homeland.
it. I got it.
Sonic team. Yeah.
Sonic team.
Shout out
okay.
to shout out to Sonic Team.
You
You know,
just
the
put
ones that make
Sega.
the Sonic games. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
So.
You should have just put Sega, man.
Oh yeah, Sega.
Put
Yeah.
Sega.
Yeah. Also,
That'd be cool.
I'll just do slash. Sega Atlas.
All right. Tyler, are you going to follow his order? Is the question.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I was thinking, yeah. The Vikings are gonna have an interesting year, I think. It's kind of a wait and see with JJ. We're not really sure. So
Coming off an ACL,
what can I call that?
The Minnesota Justin Jeffersons.
Dude,
Oh, yeah,
just
good one.
the Minnesota JJs, because
Oh yeah. Minnesota
JJ
JJs.
McCarthy.
Minnesota
like it.
Jimmy
That's good.
Johns. I would have laughed if Tyler just put green like I did.
Green.
Just Green Bay.
Green.
Um, yeah.
Green Bay.
Damn, it's not
trusted.
even Jordan Love's team. It's
Oh
Josh
yeah, it's
Jacobs.
Jordan. Yeah, huh? Jordan Love.
Dude, you're good.
I don't know.
Green Bay love.
Yeah, no.
The Green
They
Bay
really
loves.
need him, to be honest.
The Green Bay loves gas station.
What?
Wait a sec. Oh, it's like that.
You're putting a lot of S's.
And finally,
It's the new bit. S's.
The Detroit Aiden Hutchinsons.
The Detroit Ryans.
The
It's
Detroit
me.
Ryans actually kind of
yeah,
goes hard.
Detroit Lions. Let's go.
All right.
That's good.
So you guys went the same thing. I will
Yeah,
go now.
I think that's how it's going, honestly.
Are you actually picking? Freakings.
The
Oh,
Vikings are getting last place, boys.
wow.
Wow.
I can't do it just because I need to see the Bears like actually not finish last.
Yeah,
I
me
need to
too.
see it to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. I'll
My
go
dog
with the
agrees.
Bears. In third, I'll give them a little, coaching bump. Caleb Williams year 2 bump.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ben Johnson could do that for them.
Yeah. What do we? Let's see.
Home of the Herds.
Cowherd moved to Chicago, boys. I just had to do it.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. So, Packers, Lions are next.
wow.
Yeah. I
How'd you
spelled
spell
Detroit
Detroit wrong, dog?
wrong. I switched the O and the I. That's how sorry I am. All right. Yeah, I think the Packers are going to win this division, guys.
Wow.
So I feel like a traitor wearing this this merch. Obviously, I'll still be rooting for them, but I think that this is Jordan Love's breakout year, and obviously it has to happen. But I do believe that he is a good quarterback, and I think at this time next year we'll be talking about him, as a top 10 quarterback. So I am so sorry, Detroit. I love you. You were like, you've been so good to me. I still think you make the playoffs, but I'm going with the Packers to win this division.
It's gonna be like the Simpsons movie tomorrow, where he's gonna have like the angry mob outside his home with the torches and the pitchforks.
Well, you know what my strategy is, because I'm coming to California. I'm hoping that, by the time I come back, everybody forgets this, and I don't have to deal with the mob.
There you go.
That's kind of the plan. So, yeah, boys. So you guys went Bears, Vikings, Packers, and then Lions winning. I'm gonna go Vikings in last. Chicago gets third, Detroit second, and then Green Bay in first. I'm so sorry, Detroit. I feel bad even doing it now. That is that's the NFC North, boys. And as always, we are going to transition to the Music Rex of the week. So, boys, give me that heat when you got it. I'm gonna be real. I have a whole album to choose from, and I gotta figure out which song I'm gonna recommend off this album. Because obviously, Jid dropped the album of the year, God Does Like Ugly. So, let's see here. Which one can I go? So many good songs off the album. Glory, Community, Skate, What We On, Wholeheartedly, No Boo, Of Blue, For Keeps. Dude, there's so many good songs off this album. Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, I've got one. If Ryan's bringing the heat, I gotta
All right.
bring this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the song's called "Breathing," and the artist is Magnolia Park.
Magnolia Park. Did I spell that right?
Yes.
I think I did. Okay. All right. I know what. Okay, I'm gonna do the song that I think is gonna be like the most commercially successful off the album, to make it more like accessible to our listeners. So I'm gonna recommend Skate by JID, featuring, believe it or not, Russell Wilson's wife, Ciara, as well as another one of my favorite groups, Earth Gang. It's a fun little dance track, kind of Jid stepping outside of his comfort zone. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of good. It's like it gives me, Tyler. I know you're bobbing your head right now, but it kind of gives me like Nokia vibes by Drake, kind of. Like he's kind of going for that dance vibe feel. So that's kind of what I'm going for. You know.
Sorry, I was like trying to test out different songs. What I was
No,
thinking.
you're getting into it, dude.
Yeah, Tyler
You
bobbing his
have to-
head and we not knowing what he's listening to reminds me of that one time in class where he's working on an assignment and we see him bobbing his
You
head,
guys
and then
always bring that up, bro.
Carl's behind him like.
You guys always bring that up. Oh my god. It's like blasting my music.
Those
and
were the
everyone's
good
like,
old days,
hello?
though. We gotta bring it up. We were just. I
know.
was like, guys, do you see this
That's
right
so
now?
funny.
Nothing ever beats when you're trying to do a
So-
final and I'm watching the Chargers Chiefs game and I'm like tweaking out in the room. That was.
Hey, when we were watching the Dodgers like in the playoffs, like in the dark,
it's
she
like-
had like a presentation.
Oh yeah, Kim.
We're like
Kim
over here,
had
like... Oh my gosh.
We're just like.
So mine's called Song Request by Ray Volpe, like Anthony Volpe. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh,
There you go.
best defensive shortstop in the league.
Okay. All right. All right. There are the recommendations, boys. You can see them on the now by Jid, Breathing by Magnolia Park, Song Request by Ruby. Obviously, all of the song recs are in a playlist on the channel, so you can check them out. We cannot do that for copyright reasons. So, ladies and gentlemen, unless y'all got anything else to add, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up.
I have some breaking
Today-
news, Ryan. I mean, this is
dude.
Tyler. You haven't watched it, obviously. I saw on Twitter a certain Demon Slayer fan, celebrity, Channing Tatum, is going to be in the Demon Slayer movie next month. He's been cast.
Yeah. I don't know what he's. Yeah.
I see who he's been cast as, and honestly, I cannot wait. It's gonna be good.
We will see. All right. Little anime news to end off the pod. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's podcast, the NFC North. Next week, we have the NFC West, Tyler's division with his LA Rams, and it's going to be a fun division. A lot of faces in that division and potential injury scares that could shape up the rest of the season. So, make sure you tune in next weekend. Or next week. I don't know when the episode's going to come out or not, but make sure you tune in next week for the episode. Please rate, review, subscribe, like the video, whatever platform you're listening on, Spotify or YouTube, whatever the platform allows you, whatever it allows you to do that. Give us some feedback. We'd love to hear it. Thank you so much as always, and we will see you guys in the next episode of Time of Possession. Good night.